So the point of this video is that I'm going to go through a paper. For this one is summer 2013. It's a Unit 1 paper. I'm going to show you how to answer the question. Now I'm going to have to split this video into two sections. Part 1 is going to cover the multiple choice bit. Part 2 is going to cover the other part of the exam, the essay style questions. Now as usual, all exams for Unit 1 are an hour and 15 minutes. It's 70 marks, so you need to spend half an hour on the multiple choice bit and the other 45 minutes on the second bit. You have to be super strict with your time on this type of thing. Don't spend too long on the multiple choice bit because more of the marks are in the second part of the exam. So let's get straight onto it. Let's go straight to question number 1. So this is, here we go, question number 1. So let's have a look. Right, limo company based in Peterborough generated the following accounts. We've got revenue, cost of sales, fixed cost contribution. Calculate the operating profit. Right, so first question straight into a maths-based one. Operating profit. I know that operating profit is sales minus total costs. So let's have a look. I've got my sales, that's total revenue. Revenue and sales are the same thing. I've got fixed costs. I don't have total costs, but cost of sales is just another name for variable costs. So variable costs I've got here, I've got fixed costs. So if I add those two together, that's my total cost. So basically sales at the top minus these two equals my operating profit. So 1.25 million minus 600,000 minus 350,000 equals 300,000. So the answer is D. So for this one, all you need to do is, you don't really need to give any definition. You could just write the equation out. So operating profit equals total revenue minus total costs. Show you're working out, show that the answer is D. That's it, you've got your 4 marks. Move on to the next one. Before setting up a business as a personal trainer, Marvin Burton undertook qualitative and quantitative market research. They seem to love asking questions in Unit 1 about market research. Which one of the following is most likely to lead to qualitative? So we know, or we should know, that qualitative means asking questions that will lead to descriptive results. Qualitative means that people give their opinion, whereas quantitative means that you're asking questions that will be answered by numbers. So asking, what's your age? That's a quantitative result, it's a number. Qualitative is going to be, we're looking for an answer which is going to give us a written descriptive answer about their thoughts or feelings. How often do you visit the gym? That's a number. What price are you currently paying? That's a number. What motivated you to join the gym? That's going to be qualitative. So to answer that, I'd put C in the box here. I would say that qualitative market research is research that's carried out in which the answer is given as an opinion or feeling. I would say what motivated you to join the gym is qualitative because the answer given will be a reason why someone goes to the gym. Whereas qualitative market research is about numbers. For example, how often do you visit the gym is going to be answered by giving a number, 4, 5, 6 times a week. God, 6 times a week, you'd be pretty lucky on that one. So that's how you would answer question 2. Moving on. In the summer of 2011, Thornton's Chocolate Company may have required external finance to develop its online retail sales. Which one of the following is an example of external finance? So I'm thinking, right, external finance means finance that a business gets from outside of the company. So it's money that comes in from outside. So which of these involve someone from outside the company giving you funds? The answer has surely got to be B, a debenture. So I define external finance. External finance is when a business receives funds from outside of the company. Debenture is a long-term loan that can be bought and sold like shares. That's my 3rd mark. The answer would not be selling of assets, because selling of assets is internal finance, because the business owns those assets which they then sell to someone else. Or you could say it would not be retained profit, because that is profit the company already owns, so it is their money. They are not looking outside of the company to get funding. So that's the answer to question 3. Question 4. In 2000, there was Big John's. Big John's is a fast food outlet in the Midlands using market segmentation. Market segmentation can help enterprises like Big John's too. So I've got to think, what is market segmentation? Well, market segmentation is when a business draws a graph of a market and uses 2 different variables to plot the businesses, for example, price versus quality, or age of customer versus quality of product. So by drawing that, a graph, or showing all the different businesses within the market, what's that going to help a fast food company to do? Well, it is going to identify a potential market niche. It's going to identify where there is a gap in the market. So I'm going to define market segmentation. As I say, market segmentation is a method of market research in which a business maps out the market based on 2 variables, for example, price and quality. By doing that, they will identify gaps in the market where there may be a niche. That's your answer for C. Why is it not one of the other ones? Well, for example, the answer is not margin of safety, because margin of safety is related to break even, whereas this is related to market segmentation. Moving on to the next question. Question 5. Founded in London in 1982, Rubicon manufactures exotic tropical drinks. I don't know why that's in capitals. It was set up by 2 ex-employees of an international soft drinks company after they undertook product trials. Right, so I'm thinking straight away it's probably going to be about product trials. Each of the following is a way to turn a product trial into a repeat purchase, except one of these. So let's have a look. Well, firstly, what's a product trial? Product trial is when a company takes a small section of its customers and gets them to try out a product, and then takes their opinions of the product to see if they like it, to see if they would be willing to buy it, to see what their opinions of it are. So all of those things are going to be really helpful, apart from high operating profit margins. High operating profit margins relates to how much profit a company makes when it sells a product. That is not going to lead to a repeat purchase. That's got nothing to do with encouraging customers to buy your product again. However, knockout answer, you could say product differentiation would lead to a repeat purchase, because if a company is selling a product that is different to its competitors, it may be more appealing to customers who will want to buy it again. So for this question, we have to show knowledge of product trials, repeat purchases, what profit margins are, etc. Right, question 6. In the BBC series blah blah blah, you can see there's a lot of sort of padding out of the questions. Theo Paphitis argued that the most important entrepreneurial characteristic behind success is calculated risk-taking. Each of the following is involved in calculated risk-taking except B is the answer. All entrepreneurs use their own money. The reason why the answer is B is because that is the only one that is not actually true. All entrepreneurs do not use their own money. Some entrepreneurs will fund their business through external finance, related to one of the last questions we did. So for example, some entrepreneurs may fund their business through venture capitalists or bank loans or debentures. So not all entrepreneurs will use their own money. Therefore B is the correct answer because it's the only one that's not true and not related to calculated risk taking. You could define entrepreneurial characteristic. This is the characteristics that an entrepreneur should possess if they wish to be successful. And then you say why this is not true. You could then say, right, let's pick a knockout answer. There can be A is the incorrect answer because unanticipated competition is part of being a risk taker. Companies don't always know what their competition are going to be doing, so there is always a risk that the competition will steal your market share away from you. So that's why the answer is not A. Moving on to question 7. In winter 2009, the Metro reported the demand for luxury goods from the upmarket British fashion brand Mulberry was soaring despite the poor UK economic climate. The most likely explanation for this was... Right, let's think. So it's saying demand for luxury goods is going up even though the UK economy is quite poor. So I'm thinking luxury products, generally, when do people buy them? People buy luxury products when they have lots of money. When would people have lots of money? When the economy is doing well. But we're being told the economy in the UK is not doing well, so it doesn't make sense that people in the UK would be buying these products. Therefore, if they're not buying them in the UK, they must be being bought by someone else. So the most likely reason why people are buying luxury Mulberry products, even though the UK economy is bad, is because they're buying it from abroad. So why are people buying UK products from abroad? Because the pound must be weak. Think about it. When the pound is weak, people from abroad can buy more products from the UK. Therefore, they're probably buying more luxury goods because the pound is weak at the moment. The answer would not be B, as if UK unemployment was high, consumers would have less disposable income, which would mean they're less likely to buy luxury products. If inflation was high, that would mean that the price of goods and services within the UK was going up. This would mean that consumers had less money, which would mean they would not buy luxury products. If high interest rates existed, this would mean that consumers who have loans, such as mortgages or credit cards, would have less disposable income, so demand for luxury goods would go down. So all three of those are wrong. It must be A. And the final multiple choice question, Rebecca Webb is a director of Bubble Limited, a marketing business from Barnsley. Bubble Limited has recently experienced a growth in sales. Which one is the least likely to determine sales volume? The answer would be C. Profits do not determine how many sales you have. Profits is something that a business has. It doesn't have an effect on how many sales you have. Therefore, the answer is C. What could we define here? We could define sales volume. Sales volume is the amount of sales, the amount of products that a business has sold. The answer is not profits, because profits does not have an effect on sales volume. It is a result of sales. So you get profits from sales. Profit doesn't cause sales to happen. Knockout answer, consumer loyalty would lead to increased sales, because if you have loyal consumers, they are more likely to return and buy more products from a business. The number of clients would affect sales volume, because if the number of clients increased, they would have more customers, which means their sales would go up. So that is how you would answer the multiple choice questions from this paper. I'm now going to switch over to video 2, in which I'm going to go through the second part of the paper, which is the essay style questions.